Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Theresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be February astrological tarot. This is going to be for Aquarius, and the spread that I'm using is one that I offer for sale. It's the Yin-Yang Relationship Check-In, and I'm going to be using the box of charms here just to get an overview for the reading. Alright, so the way that this works is that there's one deck of cards over here, and then the bottom of the deck is on the opposite side, and then the second deck of cards over here, and then the bottom of the deck on the opposite side. And I'm going to pull the rest of the deck out of here because it's tall and it gets in the way. I've got it focused to about here, so these cards are probably going to be blurry, but I'll hold them up. So I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, Cairo Marchetti, and I'm using the Radley Valentine Angel deck. I got mine on eBay. It's older, so it still has Doreen Virtue's name on the box. The Angel deck. Okay, so I didn't look up any of the planetary positions for February. And I haven't been doing much tarot for the last few weeks, almost a month really, and that I've hardly been doing any. And I keep almost being ready and then holding back, and I think maybe I'm doing it tonight because I think it's either the full moon tonight in my time zone or tomorrow night or like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. So we'll get into this. Oh, I didn't turn these ones over. That's weird. I guess I wasn't supposed to turn them over. That's right. Alright, so let's get an overview. Make sure the Aquarius tag is still in the view. Aquarius ruled by Uranus, which is direct as of the 14th of January. Let's get an overview for this reading. What are we talking about with Aquarius in February? Okay, that's it. Okay. So it doesn't really matter where these charms are landing. I almost said that weird. It doesn't really matter where these charms are landing. What matters is if they're inverted with the backside or upright. So I see Saturn right away. Saturn is in Aquarius currently. So we're dealing with that energy. Jupiter is also in Aquarius. We have the trowel. Did I hold Saturn up to the camera? I don't know where am I. Saturn. Does that look okay? I have the camera at an angle where it's hard for me to lean over and see it. So this trowel is one of my Ace of Swords type charms. These are getting kind of frayed. I might have to print out another set pretty soon. So it's like the Ace of Swords, but it's indicative of needing to go deeper for the truth, and somewhat in the way that I see the Six of Swords inverted, but there's more depth to the truth. And I see that with Saturn, this sort of Chronos, the Time Master, and the Taskmaster of you need to dig deeper, but also this element of timelines or going back in time. Now I do see this charm here that's inverted. This is the two kids on a teeter-totter. And to me this could mean like the Six of Cups, where it's the two kids and it's like thinking about the past, the Sun in Scorpio energy. But it's inverted. Now an inverted Scorpionic energy also tells me I need to go deeper. So it looks like we're trying to deal with something about the timelines to eliminate something from the past. And this other inverted charm here is the sad mask. So I'm getting, there's a couple of different songs that could easily go with this, but the one that's sort of breaking through the din is the Tears of a Clown. I don't know if that's Smokey Robinson. I don't want to, I'm like 80% sure. The Tears of a Clown. Nothing sadder than the tears of a clown when no one's around. I think that's the lyric. This is other inverted. Okay, so the other inverted charm is the necklace. And this could... Oh, I just thought of, like the moons of Saturn. Interesting, okay. Is Io one of them? I get confused as to which ones are Saturn and which ones are Jupiter. Isn't there one that begins with T? Tethys? Anyway, the first flash image that I got was one thing that I see often with this necklace is in the animated movie The Little Mermaid with Disney, when Ursula steals Ariel's voice as part of her dodgy contract, she sticks it in the shell on her necklace, and then she tries to trick Eric with the voice necklace, posing as Vanessa. And what she's saying is BS because it's not her own voice. And I see this inverted, and I see this idea of, like, especially... Just move the camera a little bit by accident. Especially with this microphone upright here. To me, it's giving an indication of I need to say what my truth is and not let other people tell me who I am and what I'm going to say and what I'm going to be. Because it's made me unhappy in the past when they've put this chokehold on me and said, you know, if I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. Now, what's also interesting is I have this tulip over here. Oh, I flipped it over by accident. And the maple syrup. Now, what I see right away is that the maple leaf and the tulip edge looks similar, but I also get this idea of bees pollinating flowers and then making honey, and then this idea of the sap boiled down coming from the veins of the trees. But I'm hearing sticky and sweet. Sticky sweet. What does that mean, though? Oh, okay, because it's pure. We're not looking at synthetic sweetness. We're looking at something that's natural, right? It's like I'm not going to put on a happy face. I'm not going to say sweet words while I'm boiling inside. I'm not going to sugarcoat a turd, basically. That's what's happening as an overview for energy that's moving around an Aquarius. So I look, most of the time when I do these, I don't flip over these cards, but for some reason I flip these ones over right away. So I think I'm supposed to read this side first. But if I notice that the crossover point in the yin-yang, the star is Aquarian energy, but it's inverted. And the Fool is Uranus energy, which is also Aquarian energy. So the connecting point between this union of opposites that Aquarius is dealing with right now is their own energy. This Fool, I'm starting a new beginning. But this Fool is sitting on an hourglass. We're dealing with timelines. Flipping the script. Okay. I want to read what this says. Happy times make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path, but it's coming in inverted. So I feel like this is now, or heading into the future, and what's going on here is the past. Now what's interesting is that in terms of timelines, everything is happening now. The past is happening now. Alternate dimensions are happening now, and the future is all happening now. So our reference point, because of the way the meat brain works, is that we see time as linear, and that's something that we experience as happening previously. We say, oh, that's the past, but it's still happening now. It's like our consciousness moves along the timeline and shifts dimensionally into moment to moment to moment to moment. So during this reading, I'm still shaking the box of charms before I turn on the camera. And I'm putting the cards away when I'm done, and that's all happening now. But I'm experiencing myself talking right now, and in some way I'm sort of following a script, even though I think I'm, just randomly picking out what comes through the ether. Even though right now I don't know what I'm going to say in 2 minutes, but it's already occurring as I move through the space-time. So it's very easy to see that there's a pinpoint now, pinpoint near future, and pinpoint past all occurring in the spread at the same time. And that's what we're looking at. Because if you make changes now, it affects both the past and the future. You turn the tables on the energy for stuff that hurt you when you were a child, and it reprograms through the now and changes your future. That's why people experience healing and relief, because the timeline that you're hanging in at any particular moment is shifting. This is really nice for new moon in Capricorn energy, starting out with Saturn. It's the new moon today as I'm reading this. I'm reading this mid-January because this is for February. So we're starting off with a Fool, but let's see what this other energy is. Ace of Pentacles inverted. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. Interesting. I'm not going to sign this contract. I'm not going to give you an in to breach my data. I'm not going to give you my password. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. So the sun is also inverted here. This is Leo. I almost said Leon. Leon energy. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. Archangel Uriel. Interesting. My buddy Uriel. So if you want to get into Uriel's energy, I have prints available on DeviantArt of the drawing I did of Uriel. It's a portrait. It's my time. That I did for a channeling I did in my Channeling Entities playlist. So you can get prints if you want to be cheap, or if you want to spend the 160 whatever the hell dollars I have it listed for on Etsy, you can get the original drawing. It's 18 by 24, and it's Uriel. But if you're, and then a postcard is like $2, so that's available. But that's for anybody watching this that needs Uriel energy. That's what the artwork is for. That's part of my energy work. It's channeling some kind of concept into a physical medium, much the same way that using the tarot cards is doing it backwards. I'm using the physical medium to pull messages out. That's a little bit of an aside, but I'm struck because I was thinking about Uriel and decided not to post him earlier today, and he's like, hey, wait a minute. Sunflowers down here too. I don't have confidence in your proposal. And this is like all the sheets of the I'm like, here, sign this contract. It's like, no, I'm gonna read it first, and also it's bullshit. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, I don't care how much you think you're gonna save me, I'm not gonna get into your toxicity. And a little bit of Save Me by Queen in the back of my head. But this is no deal. And notice that I have 19 and 1 inverted. Together, that's 20 inverted. That's judgment, that's karma. It's sort of like I suspend judgment on myself. And I know that usually karma inverted is like, I haven't finished going through the karma, or I need to finish this lesson. Here I think it's sort of like pencils down in the final exam. To refuse something that sounds promising, but you sense is actually kind of moldy. So the other card on the now and future side is the Two of Water. The Two of Cups. Mercury in Cancer energy. There's a full moon at the end of January. There will have been a full moon. I think... Wait, do I still have that paper over here? Yeah. Yes. I have my January notes, but I didn't make any notes for February. Where's the moon? Full moon on the 28th. Yeah, it is in Cancer. January 28th, full moon in Cancer. And then 2 days later on the 30th, Mercury goes retrograde in Aquarius. So how long is Mercury? Okay, so at the beginning of February, Mercury will still be in Aquarius for a little bit because it has to backtrack for a bit. I don't know if when it's gonna go back into Capricorn though. Probably, I want to say mid-February, but I'd have to look. Okay, let me restart. It's still in focus. I'm just moving shit around. That looks okay. So Two of Cups, Mercury in Cancer energy. Why am I reading that? That's wrong. Three of Cups. Why did I read that wrong? Two of Cups is Venus in Cancer. Where's Venus at the end of January? That was weird. Probably because the 2 and the 1 are next to each other. They really want to be 3 cups. Weird. Okay. Helps if I'm not blocking off half my chart with the spare battery, doesn't it? In it. Where's Venus at? Okay, so Venus still in Capricorn. Intrigue. Saturn energy. Okay. Alright. I think this is Mercury wanting to communicate and be in the same place as Venus. Now I've noticed, I think in the January readings I did, that Mercury and Mars are somewhat interchangeable. Actually, it might have been in one of the, what I occasionally do, a week overview. It might have been during that. But somewhere in the last month when I was doing readings, Mercury and Mars wanting to be interchangeable. Mars is in Taurus with Uranus. And I'm not sure when Mars moves out of Taurus, so but at least on the 1st of February, for the first day or two, it'll at least be in there. But I've noticed that Mercury and Mars have been somewhat interchangeable in terms of being a masculine archetype. Mercury carries a little bit more of the trickster energy, but I see the Fool here. And then the card after the Fool is the Magician, which is mercurial energy. And Mercury is also the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. And Virgo can be the inner child, which happened over here. So there is mercurial energy that's present, but not on the face of the cards. So what happens, the Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. This is like, I am sensing trickster energy here. Your contract is crap. This is a conflict, no deal. But coming across from the past, what's pulling through this final exam is, if you stand your ground for what you believe is right, then there will be resolution. Right? If somebody else is coming in with bad energy, then you don't have to take it. But if they... It's like... if you don't take a contract that you know is bad, if you don't give up your signature to something... Like, you know, I'm not going to sign off on this because I can see that this is not going to go well. Then you don't have to forgive somebody later for roping you into something that's crap. You're like, look what you did to me. It's like, well, you didn't... I'm taking a leap knowing that next time I don't have to put my name on something that I know is not aligned. Right? I don't have to attach myself to you. I'm going to jump off the cliff instead and free fall into a different timeline. And what happens when the Fool jumps off the cliff? He's floating over the water, over the ocean, and then goes from a 0 straight into a 2, totally skipping by the Magician. Right? I'm not going to pull a rabbit out of my ass. I'm going straight into realigning in a way where I can have a heart-centered not diplomacy, not détente. Oh, what is the word that I'm thinking of? Negotiation. Heart-centered negotiation and discussion with the other person, which is actually a very Martian energy. All right, so let's look at the other side. So the energy that's pulling in from this loophole to the future is the star backwards. It's saying, it's sort of like abandon hope all ye who enter here. But it's sort of like, I did not have faith in the past, because it's like, I'm not going to pin all my hopes and dreams on this suspect plan. I'm not going to sign off on these blueprints when it's not up to code. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans on the right path. Yeah. We're not building the Leaning Tower of Pisa over here. So over here in this past section, the Chariot inverted, there's moon energy. Moon energy inverted tells me sun, but I have the sun energy over here, which is inverted, which tells me moon. Oh, there's a song, I think it's on the Soft Parade, where Jim is singing, he's like, sun, 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 moon, moon, moon. And then there's this long instrumental. It kind of sounds like something that would go on Strange Days, but I think it was in the Soft Parade, because I listened to that a couple times the other day. It's my favorite Doors album. So I have the Knight of Coins. This is the Knight of Pentacles, inverted. This one is actually kind of aggressive because they have these two horses fighting. This is sort of like the crap contract, and then we're having a détente here and actually going into, okay, let's actually draw up the new plans. I'm going to stop sending you the same document and just changing the title at the top. We're not rebranding the same stank ass blueprints. We're not going to version 2.4, we're going to version 5. So the Knight, I just heard it was a Knight in, oh, Rocky Horror there. The Knight of Pentacles energy. Oh, it's Leo and Virgo, so that makes sense because we already had those energies, but it's inverted, which tells me I'm going within Hermit energy. And also a Knight inverted tells me Hanged Man energy. So going within about the inner child, but dealing with the subconscious Neptunian energy. And when the slow Knight's inverted, sometimes it can be very quick. And with the Chariot inverted next to it, right, I'm doing internal work very quickly. Interesting. And then over here at number 6, the Lovers upright. So this could be balancing male and female energy. I'm just talking about Venus and Mars and the mercurial aspect of Mars over here. And also it can be I'm a heart-centered, doesn't necessarily mean romantic, but it could be. Because the Two of Cups is a low vibration of the Lovers. And we're dealing, but it doesn't have to be lovers. It could just be I'm heart-centered, I'm resonating within myself, in my dealings of contractual obligation to somebody else. But it's also healing, and it's also a choice. I choose to be in my heart center to have healing quickly. 6 and 7, 13, 2 major arcana, that's death. I'm having an external and internal healing, which is going to bring about this change. And so we have a 13, and then we have a new beginning right away. That seems pretty toasty there. I feel like I want one more card to wrap up the whole reading. And I know that I want it from this deck and not the other one. Okay. The Four of Wands. Okay. Venus in Aries. So this is what we're talking about. Masculine and feminine energy coming together. So if you are reading this for a relationship, Four of Wands is like a twin flame number. It's 1111. But 11 is also universal timing. 1111. Double time. Skipping timelines. And 4 is the Emperor number. Like manifestation of what's it? Manifestation of mastery of all 4 elements. And it's that building a strong foundation. So like the energy for February for Aquarius is the Four of Wands. This is actually a really powerful and strong reading. And I think after 2 weeks of post-shadow retrograde, Aquarius getting the cobwebs out of their head and really like turning inside out like a popple, basically. Getting a fresh new eyeballs. And it's like, you know, it's like if you write something and you're like, oh, okay, this is pretty good, I need to edit it. Well, you don't want to edit it when it's still fresh in your head because you're going to be wrapped up in the story. You want to wait a little bit and then go back and read it after you've had a break for a little bit and then be like, oh my god, there's typos here. And even though this is a homonym and spell check didn't catch it and this sentence is run on and this paragraph is crap and I didn't I need to write a new conclusion and all this stuff. So it's very that. It's like we didn't even get into the Three of Pentacles to start the new blueprints. It's like we're going straight from this contract going 0, 2, and then right into 4. Like popping. It's like instead of building the pyramid brick by brick, it's like it congealed out of a higher dimension where it was just energy and plopped down on the ground. That's what this energy is like. Alright, so if you want to get a personal reading, you can check me out. Set thing. I can try to get that a little bit more focused. That's probably about as good as it's... Nope. Okay. My link tree is linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. If you want to get a personal reading, you can see the complete list of readings and how much they cost in the description box underneath this video. And you can also email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com for that. All the links are in my link tree to the email and Twitter and social media. Actual drawings like that Uriel one I was talking about. I got a coupon code here. If you go through the link tree, it'll pop up. Prints on DeviantArt, merch on Cafe Press. If you want to donate, that's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. And I have coloring books and a poetry book over here. Again, that's all through the link tree to make it easier. And that's going to be linked below as well. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.